Welcome to the ETSU D2L video series. My name is Chelsea Dubé and I will be your guide throughout the series. The purpose of these videos is to demonstrate the use of various tools in D2L and to help implement some best practice workflows for your online, hybrid, and traditional courses. The videos in this series can be viewed in sequence as well as individually. If you have any questions about the materials covered in this or any D2L resource video, please contact D2L help at etsu.edu. So let's get started.
This video will cover the course homepage as well as the news tool and course home widgets. After logging into the learning environment, locate a course in the My Courses widget. You will notice an area below the course title that may list some instructor-directed notifications. These notification alerts alert you to activity that has happened within your course since the last time you logged in. You may receive notifications for completed quiz attempts, submissions to the Dropbox, and unread discussion posts. These notifications are helpful, but I would not suggest relying on them to determine when you need to access your course. Instead, a better practice is to check your course regularly for new student activity. Your consistent involvement in your online courses encourages student engagement. Let's enter a course by clicking on its title within the My Courses widget, or by selecting it from the Select a Course drop-down located in the mini bar. The course homepage is the first page that you and your students land on when you enter a course. This page is made up of two major components: the default course navigation menu, or the course Navbar, located at the bottom of the large blue banner, and course home widgets. The course Navbar contains standalone links as well as link groups. This Navbar will be available on every page within a course and will always remain in this exact location. Clicking the course home link will always return you to this course home page. The content link is the link to the tool that should hold all of your official course documents and information. The communication link group contains links to the calendar tool, the class list tool, the discussion board, the groups tool, and the news tool. The evaluation link group contains links to the 4 tools to which you can assign a student a grade: the assessments tool, which is used to create online quizzes and exams, the discussion board, which facilitates all student discussions, the Dropbox, which collects all electronic student assignment submissions, and the gradebook. The Course Tools link group contains links to some other popular tools within the learning environment, such as the checklist tool, an additional link to the class list, the rubrics tool, online surveys, an external link to the Integrity lecture recording feature, and the user progress tool for your course. The A to Z link group contains an alphabetical listing of all of the tools available within the learning environment. Finally, clicking the Edit Course link will take you to the Course Administration menu for access to the administrative tools available within the learning environment. Each of these tools will be covered individually in separate videos. Consult the ETSU Brightspace YouTube account for those additional videos. Similar to the widgets on the My Home page, the Course Home widgets are spaces on the page that contain helpful information. The largest widget on the course home page is the News widget, which contains relevant course updates and information. We'll take a closer look at this widget in just a moment. The Role Switch widget allows you to assume a different role in order to view your course. For example, you can select the student role from the current role drop-down and click the Change Role button to view your course as a student. Role switching is also available in the mini bar by clicking your name and then selecting View as Student. Now, if you do not see View as Student, simply click the Change hyperlink to the right to expand the role switching options. Regardless of the method you choose to role switch, you can always reference the mini bar to verify your active role. When you are using a role that differs from your default, your name will be inside of a white box. To exit role switching, click on your name in the mini bar and then choose that X hyperlink over to the right. Note that anytime you switch roles, the learning environment will take you back to the course homepage, where you will then have to navigate to a specific tool. The Updates, Bookmark, and Calendar widgets are mostly informative and student-directed areas that contain information about upcoming assignments within a course. This Updates widget is dynamically populated by content and learning activities throughout the course that contain a start, due, or end date. Students and instructors can create bookmarks or quick links to specific content topics, and those quick links populate this Bookmarks widget. The Calendar widget, much like the Update widget, is also dynamically populated by content and learning activities throughout the course. The Course Administration widget contains administrative tools that help you customize, populate, and automate content within your course. Now, let's revisit this News widget. So the News widget is best suited for updates, reminders, and other course-related notes. The News widget is not an appropriate place to post course content. All official course content should be housed in the Content tool. If you've never created a news item, the Create a New Item hyperlink will be available. Otherwise, you will need to click on the Widgets context menu and then select New News Item from the menu. This menu offers other options as well. The Go to News tool will open the News tool that populates this widget. There's a Reorder option, which will allow you to manipulate the order of your news items, and an RSS feed option, which will allow you to connect this widget to an RSS reader. For now, let's just click this New News Item option. The News Item page opens to display the headline and content areas. Both of these areas are required fields, as denoted by red asterisk. Enter a headline, which is similar to an email subject line, and use the HTML content editor to create your news item. Note that you can insert images, insert hyperlinks to external websites, create quick links to pre-existing activities, and use formatting options to make your content more accessible. Detailed information on using this HTML editor is available in a separate video. The Availability section includes date and time parameters for your news item. By default, the learning environment will automatically populate the start date to the exact date and time that you open this new item page. The Always Show Start Date option is also checked by default, but if you prefer that your students not see this date, simply uncheck the box. If you would like your news item to automatically drop out of the widget, simply check the Remove News Item Based on End Date checkbox and enter a date and time. Now, if you want your news update to stay up continuously, do not check this end date box. You can add an attachment to your news item by clicking the Add a File button. You may attach any document or other file to your news item, but please remember that all course content should reside in the Content tool. You can use release conditions to further control the visibility of your news item. Release conditions are criteria that students must satisfy before the learning environment will release a news item, content topic, or other learning activity to them. Release conditions are covered in a separate video. To save your news item and release it immediately to your students, click the Publish button. To save your news item, but you're not exactly ready to release it to your students, click Save as Draft, and D2L will save your changes but not release the item to your students. To discard any changes made to this new item page, click Cancel. The Cancel option is irreversible. You will then be directed to the News tool. The News tool holds all news items that you have created. From this page, you're able to create new items, delete pre-existing items, and reorder your news items. By default, the News widget is going to display the 5 most recent items, and the News tool allows for you to have more control over which 5 items are displaying. From the News tool, you can delete an item by selecting that item's checkbox and then clicking the Delete icon. You may select multiple items at a time to delete. To reorder news items, click this More Actions button and then select Reorder from the drop-down menu. Select a sort order for each item and then click Save. To view your news items within the News widget, simply click that Course Home link located within the default course navbar. Your news item will then display inside of your News widget. Now, from this News widget, you can add, edit, or delete a news item directly by selecting Edit or Delete from the item's context menu. You can also add a new news item by the workflow that we practiced earlier in the video by choosing New News Item from the Widgets context menu.